We will go ahead and call the council meeting in order, and if you're able, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Mayor Pape,
Here.
Councilmember Shavetta, Councilmember Hands,
Here.
Councilmember Caldwell,
Here.
Councilmember Leahy,
Here.
Councilmember Neal,
Here.
Councilmember Ryder,
Here.
Councilmember Silvers,
Here.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Here.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Next item on tonight's agenda is the public items. Members of the public are encouraged to use this time to make comments about matters that do not appear on the agenda. Comments about items on the regular agenda will be taken as each item is considered. Please note, individuals making public comments will be limited to 5 minutes. We have a sign-in sheet, which I have no one on, but that does not preclude you from coming forward at this time. Is there anyone that would like to come forward and under public comments? Boy, I don't see any stampedes out there, so, okay, well, we will close out public comments then, and we'll move right along into the consent agenda. All items under the consent agenda heading are considered to be routine by the city council, may be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a council member so requests, in which case that item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered separately. Is there anyone that would like to have any item removed? Okay, I see nobody. I would entertain a motion then. Go ahead, Ms. Hands.
Mr. Mayor, I move that the council, I have to find the right one. I move that we accept the consent agenda items 1 through 5.
1 through 5. I have a motion and a second. Ms. Yandred.
Mr. Mayor, second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk?
Councilmember Hands,
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell,
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy,
Aye.
Councilmember Neal,
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder,
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers,
Aye.
Councilmember Yodridge.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Moving on then, we're already into the mayor's report, and this is a first-time award given by the city of Merriam. And we're calling it the Hometown Hero Award. And Chief McLaughlin is going to come up, I think, and give us a little bit of the background for this award.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. I am honored to be able to come up here and help present this award to Miss Patricia Burns. On March 12th, Miss Burns was minding her own business, driving down one of our lovely city streets along the 5300 block of Knox, and noticed a gentleman, Mr. Edward Duda, doing yard work out in his yard. As she drove by, she saw Mr. Duda fall in the yard, and noticing that he did not get up, she stopped her car, got out of her car, called 911, and then proceeded to follow directions given to her by our Johnson County Sheriff's Office dispatch, and began CPR until she was relieved by Master Patrol Officer Gary Eichhoff, who then took over. He was then seen by MEDAC, and they worked on Mr. Duda and took him to the hospital. And I am very happy to announce that Mr. Duda is here in the audience today, and standing in the back. And it's only because of her quick action and starting CPR and waiting till the police and medical arrived that Mr. Duda is here with us today. So, Mayor Pape, I would like for you to come down and present Ms. Burns, if you'd like to come up, with what we are calling the Hometown Hero Award.
All right, well, we would, on behalf of the city of Merriam And we would like to present you with the Hometown Hero Award to Patricia Burns, 2023. And
Thank you very much.
if we could maybe get a picture with Mr. Duda, come up and, as being the semi-recipient.
So nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for saving my life.
Well, I'm glad to have done it.
Wish I stand.
Why don't you stand right here between us all? Okay. Why don't you open that to you? Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Huh? Yeah, unless you want to do something different. All right, that's fine. In conjunction with the award we just gave Ms. Burns, I have Master Police Officer Gary Eichhoff. Gary is so happy to be here because he does not like to be the focus of attention, good, bad, or indifferent. But I ordered him to be here because he deserves this. And again, Gary arrived, he was one of the dispatched officers. He showed up, took over CPR from Ms. Burns until the Johnson County Med Act. And again, can't say enough about our dispatchers and Johnson County Med Act who arrived and continue to work on Mr. Duda. And it was just that team effort from all of us that was successful, save for Mr. Duda. So, Gary, I would present you normally with your life-saving pin to wear on your uniform, but they're back ordered for God only knows how long. But you'll just have to take a shake of my hand. Okay.
Okay, in addition to that, we had Angela Caruso-Yan is here in the audience. Angela? Oh, there you are. Okay, come on up. We'd like to recognize our fire department, and she's going to be, not that we have an award, but we want to get you the picture, Angela, in reference to, was part of the medic, or part of the fire crew.
I'm actually representing the crew. They were not able to attend
That were
tonight.
able to attend, yes. And so she is representing them, and it's part, obviously, of a successful outcome for Mr. Duda. So
We'll
if
get
we
all
can,
four, and then we'll do one with just the three.
okay, gotcha. Okay, did we miss anybody? We got everybody. Okay, I think we're good.
See, you didn't burst into flames. I have embarrassment. All right.
Okay.
Promotion next, sir.
Okay, well, we're gonna do the promotion next? Sure, I probably should have stayed down there then, maybe for that, or y'all come back. Why don't you go ahead and,
We're just trying to get you your steps in today.
well, there you go, I'm counting this exercise.
As is tradition at the Merriam Police Department, when we promote a staff officer, and that's anybody from rank of captain above, we like to present them to the governing body. The reason for that is our staff officers, captains and majors, have an integral role in helping me run the police department, and also are a part of that front forward face to the public and to you all to help us manage the police department in conjunction with the needs of the citizens and our elected officials. So as is tradition, I would like to bring Captain Waters, who we are just now promoting to the rank of captain. He is going to be pinned by his son Brady, and I'd like to bring him up here and do that right now. Now remember, it goes in like that. Shiny new captain's badge.
19, sir.
19. Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
This way? Is that my better side?
You need to turn around. for your
Yeah,
representative.
okay. I really appreciate it. Okay, and I must well stay down here, right?
Sure. Next item on the agenda, I'll take it from the mayor, is our Employee Service Awards. You know, it's a really exciting night when we just do the service awards. It makes it even more exciting with all of the great recognition we have this evening. So every quarter, we recognize all of our employees that have hit a benchmark, whether that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, 30, 35 years of service for some. So we've got 4 folks that we want to recognize this evening. Our first one with 5 years of dedicated service actually is on our city council, and that's Councilmember David Neal.
Seems like just like yesterday, doesn't it, Mr. Neal? Congratulations. I'll give this to you and let you take a picture. Yeah, thank you.
Our next employee with 10 years of service is David Vincent in our police department. I'll thank him for being up here in his 2-week-old and his wife. So David Vincent with 10 years.
Yeah, thank you.
Next with 10 years of dedicated service, Chris Engel, myself, administrator.
I tell you, it just seems like 20 to me.
Right.
I know, no. Me too. Is that our last one?
Good 20. One more.
Okay, one more.
One more with 15 years. So this is 15 years of dedicated service in their position as a city employee. And that's Andy Robrown with our IT department. But Andy's been here for about 28 years. We were figuring he started out as a consultant. So, well, it's only 15 years as an employee. He actually has been around since, I don't know, Windows 3.12.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Congratulations. Thank you. We're done? Okay, that's all the fun, exciting stuff. And I think I have a few more things just on the mayor's report. We always like to take a little opportunity to kind of say what I and the council have been doing since the last 2 weeks. A couple events that have occurred. One was we attended Captain Troy Duvenel's retirement party, and we had several of our council people were there, and obviously a lot of the city staff. And we wish Captain Duvenel a happy retirement. And he's already out, got another job already, so I'm not sure that was really a retirement or not, but we wish him well in his future endeavor. I, Councilmember Hands, Shavetta, Yodrich, Staff Engel, Jones, Lacey, Bacall, all attended the State of the County. I don't know if I missed anybody. There was quite a few of us there at the State of the County address, the first one that was given by Chair Commissioner Mike Kelly, and did a really good job. And it turns out that the county is in really good shape, almost as good a shape as the city. So we were happy to hear that, and everything is going well in the county. Okay, let's see. There were several of us that attended our mayor, Carl Wilkes, had passed away, and we attended his funeral services. Mayor Wilkes was the first African-American mayor in Johnson County, so I'd like to give him a little recognition itself for all that he's done, and he's lived here in the city of Merriam for many, many years, and he and his family have a strong, rich history with the development of Merriam and things that occurred in the northeast Johnson County. So we want to remember Mayor Wilkes and his family at this time. I unfortunately missed the Tim Murphy Art Gallery opening, but I'm sure some of you guys were there. But maybe, no. Well, Maybe we all missed it, okay, but thank you, Anna, for putting that on, and we always, that comes every 6 weeks, but then, well, that's pretty much about it for the mayor's report. I mean, I think we've covered it all. Oh, well, no, we did, how did I miss that? It's on my list somewhere, I skipped over it, I guess. Well, there were, well, here it is, I guess. Council members Hans, Shavetta, Caldwell, Leahy, and Staff Engel, Jones Lacey, Gant, all attended the Merriam Plaza beam signing. So if you haven't noticed, there's a big building going on over here by our community center, and we got to go over there and sign the beam. I was hoping the beam was going to be like an exterior beam where you could see our handwriting. Evidently, it's going to be hidden, but at least we will know that we got to sign that beam, leave a little message for future generations to someday when 100 years from now, if that building ever comes down, we were a part of that, and we appreciate everybody, the great attendance we had from council that day to go and sign that beam. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to see what all you wrote, but I'm sure it was good. So, did I miss anything else? Okay, I think so. Okay. All right. Well, I think that's all I have for the mayor's report. Council items. First item on that is execute an interlocal agreement between the city of Overland Park and the city of Merriam for bridge repairs. Looks like we have Superintendent Fine at the podium. Going to cover that information.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council. Tonight, I'm asking for the council to sign, or the mayor to sign, a interlocal agreement with Overland Park for bridge repairs on 75th. Normally, these just kind of go through consent agenda. However, this one has got a little budget issue, but we're going to get that resolved. Basically, what happened, we kind of, I don't know if you recall, mid-summer, the bridge, Overland Park discovered what Pier 2 on the bridge was damaged, or, yeah, need to be repaired. So they kind of gave us some early budgetary numbers, so we kind of put that into the 75th Street overlay budget numbers. Come to find out, budget for the overlay came in a little higher than expected, so what we thought we could get both these projects done for the budgeted amount, we are probably going to be needing to ask for contingency later on once the projects are complete. So if there's any questions, I can answer them. Just hoping to get the interlocal agreement signed so we can get the project started.
Are we getting any CARS funding for that project?
It's an OP. I don't think the bridge is CARS, but I know their overlay program is. So OP's kind of administered and all that.
Gotcha. Thank you. Any other questions for Superintendent Fine? Okay, I see no other questions. And so at this point, I would entertain a motion to authorize that.
Go ahead.
Okay, Ms. Shadrich.
All right. Mr. Mayor, I move that the council authorize the mayor to execute an interlocal agreement between the city of Overland Park and the city of Merriam for 75th Street bridge repairs in the amount of $300,000.
We have a motion or a second? Ms. Hands.
And I'll second that.
Madam Clerk, we have a motion and a second.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Neal.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yadrich.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Thank you, Superintendent Fine. We have a CIP update, so I assume you're going to handle that one for us as well, too.
Staying up here.
Okay.
All right, your April CIP update. Somewhat eventful for one project, at least. 55th Street, the pavement has been completed from Knox to west city limits. The sidewalks are pretty much done. Pipe company got everything complete so they can come back in and do all the drain box tops. And a few walls are going in where the kind of the hillsides were a little abrupt. So next on the agenda will be grading and some sod, hopefully soon. And the substantial completion date is still May 31st. Next up, the same company got the storm pipelining improvements done for the projects we had on Antioch and Knox. So in the consent agenda tonight, I asked for final payment for that. Thank you for approving. So we get them taken care of. Next up is Merriam Drive street improvements. Not much change on here. Still, BHC has the redesigning the parking and lane readjustments down there on Merriam Drive at Johnson. And then last, 50th Terrace, England, drainage. Expect to have plans hopefully by the end of this month. That's about all that's changed on that one. Nothing new. Is there any questions?
Ms. Shadrich, go ahead.
Do we have a rough timeline for seeing the design for 50, or for Johnson Drive, Merriam Drive from Johnson Drive to 55th?
I'll ask Randy this Thursday when we see him.
Okay.
But he said a month or two, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Oh, go ahead, Ms. Sands.
So I've been asked about 75th Street, the refinishing part, not the bridge part. So anything you can share with that would be helpful.
So they had a notice to proceed, I believe it was late last week. Haven't confirmed anything with them, and it's a 23-day project. So I have seen vehicles and cones up
Lots
there.
of cones.
So I'm guessing they're
Okay.
getting started, so.
Okay.
But I can update you with some more finite
That'd be great.
dates, because I'd like to know myself, honestly.
Any other questions for Superintendent Fine? Okay, I guess there's no other questions, or this time? Well, we're just moving along here really quickly. Any other items, Mr. Engel, from a staff perspective?
Just two, Mayor. First, hope everyone had the opportunity to take a look at the new trailer outside. Great new addition, great new tool to add to the tool belt for Park and Rec. I want to thank Park and Rec for sharing it, and thank Public Works for their hard work in design and all that. It's a lot of stuff to kind of put in there. It's almost like a Tetris game, and they did a really, really good job. I think we were all really, really impressed with the effort they made. So thank to both those departments, for one for sharing, one for putting it together. Other one, there's still time to RSVP for the Volunteer Appreciation Dinner with Renee. If you haven't, that'll be Thursday, April 20th. Always a great event where we invite all of our volunteers down to the community center and celebrate their contribution to our great community. Other than that, I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have for me.
Any questions for Mr. Engel? Okay, I see no questions. We understand that there is, before I go on, I guess, Park and Rec Advisory Board minutes, we're in the minutes. Does anybody have any questions for, is Director Slocum still out there? I was going to say, I hope not. She's back there in the back. Okay. I thought she was on the front. I thought maybe you were out there playing in the trailer, but I. Okay. Well, at least you're facing us. That's important. Any questions for Director Slocum? Okay. All right. I guess that was self-explanatory. My understanding is we have an executive session, Mr. Engel?
15 minutes. 15 minutes
15 minutes?
to confer with the city attorney.
Okay. Do you have a motion, Ms. Sands, or, okay? Oh, you have it? Okay.
That's
Okay,
fine. If
yeah,
you don't
let's-
want to listen to me, you go right ahead.
Well, let Ms. Yadrich do it. Thank you.
And you said 15 minutes?
Yes.
I need a pen.
And we'll go into the back room just back here.
So that would put us at,
22.
15 would be 35, 40, 740?
Call it 8:45, 7:45.
45? Jacob, be careful there. All right, Mr. Mayor, I move that the governing body recess into executive session for consultation with the city attorney as justified by KSA 758-4319B2, which allows the governing body to recess in executive session for consultation with legal counsel in matters that would be deemed privileged in an attorney-client relationship. Present will be the governing body, city attorney, and city administrator. The meeting will convene in council chambers at 7:45 PM.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second that.
And we have a second. Madam Clerk?
Councilmember Leahy.
Aye.
Councilmember Neal.
Aye.
Councilmember Ryder.
Aye.
Councilmember Silvers.
Aye.
Councilmember Yodrich.
Aye.
Councilmember Hands.
Aye.
Councilmember Caldwell.
Aye.
Motion passes 7-0.
Okay, and we'll be back at 7:45. Okay. Thank you. We'll reconvene the meeting at 7:45 as promised. I would, at this point, entertain a motion to adjourn. Okay, Ms. Shadrich.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we adjourn.
Okay, I have a
I'll
motion.
second it.
We have a second, Madam Clerk?
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you.